Yigal Shitrit has lived and worked in Be'eri for several decades, but on October 7th, everything changed.
Those are the members of the kibbutz that used to work in the print and were murdered, part of the more than 90 people that were murdered on the 7th of October, on Saturday. We have here people that I know for more than 40 years. Part of them are from my class in the kibbutz. Part of them I worked with for over 25 years. At the bottom, we have the picture of Yossi Sharabi, which is, he is abducted with his brother Eli Sharabi. And the last person to be added to this wall is Sar Baruch, may he rest in peace. We heard about it on Saturday.
Yigal Shitrit's former classmates include Gil Buyum, who was murdered with his son, and Oron Bira, who was killed with his wife and 2 children, including his daughter Tair, also an employee of the company. In all, almost 90 people from Kibbutz Be'eri were killed, including children. But barely a week after the October 7th massacres, the printing works resumed its activities.
I want to tell you something about Yitzhak Bachar. He's 80 years old. He comes to work every day from Yam HaMelach to Be'eri. The last person that was added to the wall is Sar Baruch, is his grandson. His wife was murdered on the Saturday the 7th. His other grandson was murdered on the Saturday of the 7th of October. And Yitzhak comes every day to work. This is a story of strength, of belief, of everything that means Kibbutz Be'eri or Dfus Be'eri. Look at this person, it's amazing.
Natasha Cohen also works at the printing works. She and her family have lived on Kibbutz Be'eri for 32 years. On October 7th, when the numerous rocket alerts began to sound around 6:30 a.m., her husband was out walking the dog.
Within minutes, we heard a motorcycle. And I looked at my husband and I said to him, oh dear, it must be from the party. They're probably running away to, look for shelter. Tell them to come in. So he went right up to the fence and had a look, and as it came by, so I was busy trying to calm my dog down, so I didn't see them because the fence is, about this high. And then he said to me, it's terrorists. I saw 2 terrorists on a motorcycle with machine guns. And I looked at him and I said, it's, you couldn't fathom terrorists. It sounds crazy, who rockets we used to, but not terrorists.
Natasha and her family were very lucky because she lives only a few meters from the attacked neighborhood and the terrorists saw her husband. Natasha's family had to stay in the safe room from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m.
That horrible feeling of sitting in your safety room when friends are shouting for help and screaming to help, and you got this useless feeling, you can't do anything about it. Just reading the messages and trying to, call for help. And we were waiting, for the army to come in. Time goes by when you realize the army's not coming in and your friends are shouting for help and there's nothing you can do. You realize there's a big problem because if the army's not here, something's definitely gone wrong.
Several employees of the printing works' accounting department were murdered on October 7th. Natasha, who was in charge of the kibbutz's finances, resumed her work at the printing works a few weeks ago, first remotely and then, a few days ago, on site, having decided to move back.
I didn't think I'd ever come back to Be'eri, thinking to myself, how could I ever come back to a place where I wouldn't feel safe again? But within a very short time after that, you start getting angry and you think they've taken everything, they've ripped everything under your feet, taken your security, your friends, family members, taking my home away from me as well, because we were basically fugitives in our own country. And I think it was the anger of, the humiliation of me not having my own home and them trying to take that from me as well is what it made me decide to come back.
The print house started to work on the second week, I think, second week after the October 7th, because of two main things. One, it's vital for us, for us all. It's a show of normalcy. In a time that there's no normalcy, we don't even have the language to describe what happened to us after the 7th of October. What you see here, it's not less than amazing. Beyond the strength and resilience, as I said before, it's a beacon. Most of the employees that are working on day to day, they're not from the kibbutz now. They're from all over the area. And they come on daily basis because it's part of their lives. It's their second home.
The Be'eri Printing Works, founded in 1950, is the largest in Israel. It employs 350 people. It is here that a huge number of official documents, including credit cards, checkbooks, and driver's licenses, are printed for the whole country. Miraculously, the printing works was hardly touched by the terrorists. However, bullet holes can be seen here and there, especially on windows, but also on this TV set. A little further along the kibbutz's pathways are destroyed houses as far as the eye can see, among them Yigal's. On October 7th, he was not there. With emotion, he shows us what's left of what he calls his fortress.
This is our home. Most of us plan to come back when it will be available. Other people won't be able to come back. Emotionally, this home, Be'eri, suffered on the 7th of October, suffered a lot. And I believe from this suffering, we'll have growth.
A hope imprinted in every kibbutz resident.